Hey, what's happening? I am Bud Burke, and in this video we're going to go over exercise 4 for scale pattern 1. And exercise 4 is going to sound like this. So I'm going to show you this exercise in 3 different ways. One with a long pause, one with a small pause, and one with no pause at all. Just constantly going up and down. Okay, so good things to know about this, doing this, the pattern this way. So what we're doing is the same old pattern that we've done in exercises 1, 2, and 3, but this time instead of doing in groups of 3 and using triplets, we're going to be using 16th notes. So we're dividing the beat into 4 notes. The way we generally count this is going to be 1 E and a, 2 E and a, 3 E and a, 4 E and a. So the 1 comes on the downbeat. The and is the upbeat. So like 1 and 2 and these will be 8th notes. And we're going to divide those in half. So 1 E and a, 2 E and a, 3 E and a, 4 E and a, 5 and whatever. So when you're doing this, because we're doing 3 notes per string, and then the pattern is 6 notes. It lasts for a total of 6 notes. It makes it so the pattern when the pattern starts again on the next string, and when the next beat comes, they don't match up until after every 3 beats. So they match up on beat 1. They're going to match up on beat 4. And then for the next 4, counting to 4 again, it'll match up on beat number 3. Beat number 3, and so on and so on. So it's not totally straightforward like what we did as in triplets, where it's just 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. You know, that would be in the 6th or the 8th notes. In 16th note triplets, you're doing the pattern in its entirety for each beat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1. Well, I'm gonna keep saying 5, man. Who counts to 5? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Okay, so for doing the pattern like this, we're gonna be counting and hearing it like this: 1 E and 2 E and. So as you see, we're starting the second cycle of the pattern on the and of 2. 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4. So now we're starting the third cycle of the pattern, and we finally land on a straight up downbeat on 4. It's also on our D string. 4 E and 1 E and 2 E and 3. Okay, so that's the kind of quirky thing about doing something that's got a bunch of groups of 3 in groups of 4. But it's also it adds to the coolness a little bit, just because it's not so totally in your face, straightforward. Just it hides it a little bit. I don't even know if you can tell the difference. Okay, so that's one thing to know about this. Second thing to know about this is it could sometimes take practice just to get yourself to stop doing it as triplets. So in that case, using your accents, so trying to hit like 1 E and 2, trying to hit that one just a teensy tiny bit harder. And you'll also notice that when you're doing the accents, they fall on a different finger every time. So you've heard me talk about, maybe you've heard me talk about when I do my scales 3 notes per string, that I always think of it as a low note, a middle note, and a high note. So in this case, for when I do all my scales, my low notes and high notes are usually always pointer finger and pinky. My middle notes are either going to be my middle finger or my ring finger. So when you're doing the accents, it starts off accenting on the pointer finger, right? 1, E, and 2 accenting on the middle finger or the middle note, 2, E, and 3 accenting on the pinky. So it just goes back and forth, or like through all the fingers. 3, E, and 4 back to our pointer finger, and then it's just going to keep accenting pointer finger or low note, middle note, high note, and so on and so on. Okay, that's all the nerdy, boring stuff. Here's the good stuff, the actual pattern. Okay, so doing the pattern, version 1 with the long pause is going to be just doing the pattern on 5 strings, and then on the 6th string, just playing it up and holding it. And this will be what I'm talking about, nice and slow. Two, three, four. Thinking the exercise or the example, I let it hold for like 8 beats or something, just until the riff was over, and then I started it again. And I'm going back down. Two, three, four. You can just count to 4 and then keep going. Yeah, so that's version 1. Version 2, we're only going to have a 1 beat pause for this one. And what we're going to do to create that is, this time we're going to do the pattern on just 4 strings. And then we're going to, after the 4th string, we're just going to run up the scale until we get to the middle note of our high E string. And here's what I mean by that. Ta. So you saw on the way down, I just did the pattern on 4 strings. And then I just went down the A string, and then 2 notes on the low string. You get your 1 beat, and then you start it again. All right, and then version 3. You could do version 1 with no stops also. If you, instead of just waiting on that last note, you could just come straight back down. But here's another alternate way of doing it, which you just get to do something a little bit different. Change it up a little. This is something I might use more in soloing, just because I use a little scale run in there too at the very end. So what we're doing on this one is the pattern on 4 strings, and then once we do the pattern on the 4th string, we're gonna play that string one more time. We're really just playing a 3-string scale. And here's what I mean, nice and slow, of doing this completely. Okay, so I just did the pattern on the 4 strings, so I'm gonna stay on this string, I'm gonna go up it one more time, and then I'm gonna start my way back down now. So that was the pattern on 4 strings. So I'm gonna stay on the string, I'm gonna go down it one more time. And that'll land you on the 1 beat again. So that one without any stops will sound like this. So I kind of hear it as the pattern on 4 strings and then a three string scale. Okay, so that is your exercise 4 for pattern 1, are just beaten to death with the 1 string repeat pattern. And yeah, so that's pattern 4. Hope you like it. Thanks for watching the video. Keep your eyes open for more videos. I got a bunch more to show you, and I'll see you next time.